Stay the fuck away from her.
Dude, I got some whole girl with me.
Exactly. Why the fuck you told me to her for?
Right now, y'all just in the main office and get the fucking system on. Fucking wrong. I wouldn't do that. There she goes.
Like a rainbow man. Oh shit. That's the best. Look at all these pigs. I went to get my money and I get that money. I'm talking this shit. Come turn around, somebody talk shit to me. And if they just quit talking shit, I would be nice and I would be yelling. But they ain't that.
Just go. Get out of here. Stay the fuck away from her.
Dude, I got some whole girl with me.
Exactly. Why the fuck you told me to her for?
Right now, y'all just in the main office and get the fucking system on. Fucking wrong. I wouldn't do that. There she goes.
Like a rainbow man. Oh shit. That's the best. Look at all these pigs. I went to get my money and I get that money. I'm talking this shit. Come turn around, somebody talk shit to me. And if they just quit talking shit, I would be nice and I would be yelling. But they ain't that.
Just go. Get out of here.
Imagine crashing out over some chopped shit. After the guy in the red asked this random lady if she wanted to buy some, her crash out boyfriend would grab his and step out the vehicle. He would confront him after thinking he was hitting on his girl, but the red jacket would quickly try to de-escalate the situation. Since his girl was watching, he couldn't let his pride go and let off the whole clip. Red jacket would collapse and unfortunately lose his life while the goofy crash out would drive off like nothing happened. Y'all think Clap finna hold it down for him while he does life in prison?
Do you need an ambulance?
Oh, goodness.
Do you need to go to the...
I can't take it! Take it to whatever you want!
Okay.
Give him a ticket!
Okay.
Give him a ticket!
Do you need an ambulance?
He doesn't have a birthday!
Oh,
Give him a ticket!
Do you need to go to the...
I can't take it! Take it to whatever you want!
Okay.
Give him a ticket!
Okay.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi by Hashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi. This your brother Dawada, coming next you with another lesson. Lord willing is edifying. And these people are crashing out now. how much more when the power goes out, when the food is scarce, you know? How much more when sedition is on the plate, man? These people are really going to lose it, man. Okay? And that's the state that the world has been placed in. You know, these tariffs, they're constantly driving up the cost of goods, you know? These people are out of work, especially you so-called black women, you know? The highest percentage of the people who've been without jobs, man. I believe like 106,000 of you, you know? Well, the time that we're heading to, see, these things are only going to get worse, man. And you're going to see more of these acts, you know, being pushed forth in the planet Earth. And then all of a sudden, Esau is going to come with a plan, you know? And most of you people are going to be so downtrodden and in the mindset of wanting relief, you're going to agree to his every will, man. You see? Real quick, I have that definition of crash out, right? In the Urban Dictionary, it says on Urban Dictionary, crash out is slang that typically means to act impulsively, usually in response to strong emotions, and often resulting in something regrettable, right? And that's what you people are working off of, emotion. You know, especially you men. You have the effeminate spirit. You don't think logically, you know. You don't consider the matter before you act, man. Oh, it's a saying, fools rush in, right? That's how these people operate. Why? Because they are under the vibration of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. It says, here's a more detailed breakdown of the common uses. Crash out can be, it says, impulsive action. Crash out can describe a situation where someone reacts to a strong emotion like anger or sadness without thinking through the consequences, right? And that's what you see, man. These people are not thinking through the consequences. Now, I do have an article, all right, that highlights this. They just happened this past week, you know, of a person crashing out, man. You know? Why? Because they didn't get any mayonnaise. Now, we seen a story about this a while back. You know, I believe it happened during when the planned demic, as it were, was occurring. I believe it was at a Subway where this person received too much mayonnaise, and the customer came and unalived unalived the worker, the employee, man. You know, but in this case, you're gonna see where the employee unalived the customer. You know, so more and more you're gonna see these crash out moments happen. All right, they're gonna increase in their frequency. Going on in this definition for crash out, it says emotional meltdown, right? You see a lot of Karens have these emotional meltdowns. Oh, as you seen the woman screaming about why didn't this certain person get a ticket? Because she got a ticket, man. And she lost it, you know? Oh, you seen a perfect example of that when Trump was selected, you know? Where you had what do you call it? A collection. A collection of videos that showed these people being upset about Trump being selected, man. You know? Well, they had emotional meltdowns, right? It says exhausted sleep can refer to collapsing into a deep sleep due to extreme exhaustion. You're crashing out. Oh, in a medical context, crash out can mean that a patient is in a critical state. Right, that's how these people's mindset is, man. They're in a critical state. Anything can set them off. It says, or their vital signs are failing. Yeah, see that? And through the spirit, you people, vital signs are failing. You know? You don't have the comfort of realizing and understanding why all these things are occurring, you know? So at a moment of your weakest, it's going to just take one thing for you to lose it, okay? Now, down here it says the common definition for Urban Dictionary, which is more in line with the current usage of crash out, is to go insane or do something stupid, right? And that's what you're going to see, man. These people are going to be doing stupid acts as the pressure gets applied more and more. Oh, what's the old saying? Pressure bust pipes, you know? So that spirit of perplexity is going to rest on you people, man. It says another more specific definition provided by Urban Dictionary is meaning to commit an act which will result in a long prison sentence or even death. You see that? Yeah. When it all comes down to it, you people going to take that micro C hip, man. And it's going to result in your death. Okay? Now, let's get this article real quick. To go along with the video, you see these people losing it, man. It says customer killed by Checkers worker in dispute that allegedly started over extra mayonnaise. See that? So in the one that happened during the pandemic, you got too much mayonnaise added to a sandwich, where resulted in the employee being unalive. In this case, the customer wanted more mayonnaise, and he got to arguing with the employees, man. Let's read into this, and this happened in Orlando, Florida, man. Yeah, look at the crash out, man. Over a verbal dispute. It says a fast
will be held pursuant to Arthur at no bond.
23-year-old Elijah Mackey appeared before a judge for the...
Yeah, this guy right here, man. Crash out over fucking, man. How dumb. But you see the state of the people, man. Any and everything can set them off. That's why the apostles and the elders and big brothers on down constantly encourage us to be circumspect. To get home, get thee home, be times, handle your business, get out the fucking street, man. Don't be hanging out around these people, man. Because they got demons on them, okay? It says a fast food worker in Florida is facing charges after he allegedly shot and unalived a customer. Police say a verbal dispute over food order reportedly led to the shooting. Elijah Mackey, 23, appeared before a judge for the first time Friday, where he was given no bond. According to court documents, the shooting happened on Wednesday, just after 10 p.m. in Osakala, Slaki if I pronounced that wrong, county. Sheriff deputies responded to Checkers restaurant on West Erlo Bronson Highway. It says a customer was getting his food from the front window when he began to argue with a female employee and asked to speak with the manager, court documents stated. A witness said the customer wanted more mayonnaise packets with his order. It says, however, the situation escalated, and authorities say surveillance video from Checkers showed Mackey climbing out of the drive-thru window, walking to the front of the restaurant to speak to the customer. A witness said the customer then made a derogatory comment to Mackey, and that's when the 23-year-old pulled out a handgun from his waistband and shot the man in his chest. Yeah, they said, I was looking at this earlier, said he called a dude a pussy, you know, or called him a bitch. Well, those are those nigger moments, man, you know. But as you see, man, the state of the world is at an impasse, man. You know, where these people are really going to crash out, man. Now, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. See, we understand why these things are occurring. Okay? Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. You see that? So these people are in a deep state of mourning. Why? Because of who's in power, man. Okay, we can read here in Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, the merry-hearted do sigh. Right? Why? Because they are controlled and under the rulership of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, you read up in here, it goes into it, man. It says, verse 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. See that? Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. You see? So the people are now defiled under the ways of Esau Edom, man. From the food to the water to the mindset. And now they in that lawless, I don't give a fuck thinking, man. Okay? Jumping back down to verse 8, it says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. See? The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. You see that? So now you have these people ready to do whatever, man. They feel they've been disrespected, as in that article we just read, or if they feel they've been slighted in any way, man, they're ready to put you to death, man. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Yeah, what's the city of confusion? America, Babylon the Great. Babylon literally means confusion. Okay? It says every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets, right? These people are looking for answers, man. It says all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. See that? Yeah. The mirth of America, Babylon the Great, is gone. Hey, man. As you see, from the children in the schools to the old people that's working in these certain stores, the Walmart greeters, these people are at a state now that where any and everything can set them off, man. Because of who's in power. As you see, look at this, man. Damn. Literally, you drive through a storefront, and this guy did something, look like he's coming out about a hospital or something. And they dragging his ass off, and he's just losing it, man. And so lucky it's a little inclement weather going on, so Lord willing, it's not too distracting, and you can hear the lesson clearly. But as you see, even Fred, Fred said, "I'm tired of people disrespecting me or coming at me like they gonna run something, man." And you see it. They whooping this old man ass, man. And he came out with that thing. He was ready to put him to death. He let out one shot. See that? Well, that's what you're gonna see happening more and more. Remember the scriptures say greater evils, man. Greater evils. Now you seen this guy right here, this guy, man. He was ready to put something, but you see he got the long hair, effeminate, emotional, and he put the guy to death, man. And now that bitch gonna be fucking somebody else. You see? Well, this is what's gonna continue to happen in the planet Earth, man. Because of who's in power. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? And scriptures tell us it's better to be in the house of mourning. Why these people being so much mirth, so much decadence, you know. So when the pleasures are taken away, they're going to lose it, man. See, this place is a matriarch society, you know. It's been set up to cater basically to the weak, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, right? And that's why we've been in a state of mourning, you know. Let's say, with much learning comes much grief, paraphrasing. Yeah, we understand that this is not it, man. We understand that this is our captivity, you know. This is not the kingdom of heaven. So guess what? We're in a perpetual state of mourning. But guess what? Through the prophecies and we seeing things come to pass, our mourning is being turned into joy. While in turn, their joy is what? Being turned into mourning. You see? Again, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Right, those who have been quickened, you know. Now you can see. You're actually aware of the things that's going on around you, you know. So you're laying these things to your mind. That word heart goes back to the Hebrew word la, which means your mind, man. It says sorrow. See, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Right. Now you understand why these things are coming to pass. It's to establish the kingdom of heaven on the planet Earth, man. So yeah, our sorrow is being turned into joy. It says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. And these people have been in mirth for so long, living in decadence, living in that easy life, man. Now those tables are being turned, man. You see? Baruch chapter 4 and verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. You see that? Yeah, these people was really living it up, you know? Or what does it say in Lamentations? This is the day that we look for, right? It says, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. You see that? Yeah, you're going to be grieved, man. You're not going to have a good go at it, man. Scriptures tell us in Ecclesiastes 12 that before the evil days come now, to search our creators in the days of our youth, man. Yeah, these evil days are here, and they're going to continue to grow. Verse 34, it says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. You see? And we're in the midst of that. Their pride being turned into mourning. Okay? And as these things intensify, that sedition is going to grow. Real quick, 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right, what's the modern day sword? The gun, man. You're going to have people wielding machetes also. But in this time, that modern day sword is the gun. Okay, as you seen in that video, that guy was wielding the sword. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right. As we viewing the crashing out of the people. Now, how much more when the resources are low? How much more when the power's out? When you can't feed your baby? When you can't go about your day as you usually have, man? These people really going to lose it. And now, again, that spirit of perplexity is going to settle on these people, man. You see? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And all that's going to eventually go into martial law, man. You know? But we seeing the beginning stages of these people crashing out. And these things are going to increase more and more as the prophecies intensify. So I pray this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Till the next time, Shalom.